Hi everyone, myself Navyatha Ravi, working as Assistant Professor in CS and DS Department in MLR Institute of Technology. Today, I am going to deal with the topic Introduction to Views. The overview of presentation includes what is a view? That's nothing but view definition, types of views, inserting a row into the view, deleting a row from the view, updating views, destroying views, and lastly, advantages and disadvantages of the views. So, before going to this concept, let us discuss what is a view. View is nothing but a virtual table. So, what is a table here? In the context of DBMS, table is nothing but a relation. Table is nothing but a relation. So, a table consists of set of rows and columns. So, what is a view here? View is nothing but virtual table. View in the SQL are considered as virtual tables. So, that means if we created a table, for that table some memory will be allocated, right? So, here for the view, no memory will be allocated exclusively. So, that is what here virtual meant for. So, a view is also contains rows and columns. Just like a table, view also contains rows and columns. To create a view, we can select the fields from one or more tables present in the database. A view is actually created by the existing tables only. A view can be created from a single table or a view can be created from multiple tables, one or more tables also. So, a view can either have specific rows based upon certain condition or all the rows of a table. So, basically view is nothing but can be considered as a part of a table. So, here a view can consist of set of all rows from the table or else some of the rows from the base table. Views are dynamic in nature. That means, dynamic means which are not static, right? So, that is the changes or modifications made to the views are reflected back to the original table and vice versa. So, if at all we used to change some data in the table, right, that will be automatically reflected into the view. And the vice versa. If at all we used to change some or modify a data in the view, that will be reflected to the base table. That means the main table which has that view has been created. Next one, types of views. Here we have two types of views, simple views and complex views. So, what is a simple view? Simple views are the views which are created by using only a single table, single base table. What is a complex view? Complex views can be constructed by using more than two tables or one or more tables. Let us discuss these simple view, complex view by using some examples. So, what is here? This is one of the tables, that is student details table and here student marks table. Let us consider these two tables. The student details table contains three columns, namely SID, name and address. These are the three columns under student details table. Let us consider the another table, that is what student marks table, which contains four columns. That is nothing but ID, name, marks and age. So, these are the two different tables. By considering these two tables, now let us see how to create a view. So, the syntax for creating view is nothing but by using the word create view. We are creating a view from the existing tables. So, view is nothing but to view a particular part of a data. Not at all, original table already exists in the database. But all the times users may not require all the data from the original table. They want to view only a part of data. So, for that purpose, we used to create views to view a part of data, not for viewing the whole content, right? So, create view. By using this keyword, we used to create a view. Create view. This is what the view name. That means, whatever the view that we are going to create, that name will be represented here. As select. That means, to create a view, we are creating a view from the existing table only, right? So, for example, if the table contains two columns, SID, SName, SID, SName and mobile number. SID, S name and S mobile number. If the table, let us assume a table contains 3 columns. This is what student table. This is what student table. So now the user want to view only these 2 columns, SID and S name. User may not require S mobile number. So instead of retrieving this whole table, we used to create one view. So by considering this syntax, create view, we used to create a view for this table, existing table, student table. So whatever the columns that I want to view, only SID and S name. To select these particular columns, we use as select command, right? Create view. What is the view name here? View name I am going to give STUD. Student is nothing but the name of an existing table. STUD is the view name, right? So create view, view name, that is what STUD. As select, column 1, column 2, whatever the columns that you want to retrieve. So here I want only SID and S name. That is why here I have to write SID, comma, S name. Only 2 columns I want to view, right? So from table name, what is the table name here? Student. So that one I have to represent here, from student. But based upon which condition, whatever the rows I want, so here I want to represent where condition. So this condition, for example, where this in the place of condition, let us represent where SID is equal to 5. That row will be retrieved. That is, in this process we used to create a view. So let us see here, what is the view name? Name of the view. What is the table name? Name of the table that we are going to refer. What is the condition? How many rows that we need to select, that will be represented from this condition. So this is the syntax for creating a view. Next, we can create a view from a single table or from multiple tables. So if at all we used to create a view from the single table, that is called as simple view. So if at all we used to create a view from multiple tables, from one or more tables, then that is called as complex view. So here, what is our topic now? Creating view from single table. That means to create a view, we are referring only one table. So let us consider the above 2 tables. So create view, here I am going to create view details view. This is my view name that I am going to create now. Create view of details view. This is my view name that I am going to create. As select. So I am going to select to this view, I am going to select only 2 columns, that is name and address. Name and address. From which table I am creating this view? From an existing table. Right. So that table is nothing but student details. In previous slides, as I have shown you, we have considered 2 tables, student details table and student marks table. So here I am creating this view from the student details table. That is also I am retrieving only 2 columns. So from the student details, where this is what the condition, where SID less than 5, only those rows will be retrieved. So let us see this one. So what is the student details table? Let us check the student details table. How many rows are there in student details table? Check here. 5 rows. Here we have 5 rows. And what is the condition that I have given to create a view? I want a view whose ID is less than 5. SID less than 5 means the first 4 rows only we need to get. So this will be considered as a particular view. That means the first 4 rows will be retrieved. See here, the rows. First 4 rows will be retrieved to the view. So here by this SQL statement, we have created a view. So have to view that view, whether it has been created or not, to view the output. What is the syntax? So select star from details view. Here this star represents the whole information. So we used to get the whole information from the particular view, details view, right? So here we need to represent select this asterisk from details view. Why? Because we need to get the details from this view, particular view itself. Let us consider one more example. Let us consider one more example by creating a view from a single table. So here create view. This is the command that I have to use, create view. What is a view name here? Student names, right? So I select what are the columns that I am going to retrieve, SID and SName. From which table? From student details table, right? And here the condition is nothing but order by name. That means here I used to retrieve the data from the student details table and the data must be printed in a particular order. That is nothing but by using the name. Names, order by is nothing but here we used to represent or to print the names in a particular order. That means in ascending order or descending order. Ascending order A to Z, descending order Z to A. So by considering this representation, the names will be printed. Let us see this example. So here we used to consider the student details table and we used to retrieve ID and name. See here ID and name. Whatever the IDs in student details table, we have 5, right? In the previous example, student detail table contains 5 IDs, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And names, which contains names. Why here the IDs has been shuffled? Because here I used to give a condition, I used to print the table in the form of order by name. That means ascending order. So from A to Z, A to Z, so the names has been printed. That is the reason the SIDs has been shuffled here. So next, let us create a view by using multiple tables. So create view, marks view. This is what here, this is what the view name. View name. This is what view name. So here we used to select some of the columns to represent this view. So what are the columns here? Name, address, marks. These are the 3 columns. So here the name must be retrieved from which table? Student details table, right? Address must be retrieved from which table? Student details table. Mark should be retrieved from which table? Student marks table. So totally we have here we used 2 tables. So what are the 2 tables here we have used? Student details table and student marks table. Here we are creating this view from multiple tables. That is the reason. Here this view is called as complex view rather than simple view. Simple view is the view that can be created by using only single table. So here we have referred 2 different tables and we are retrieving the data from 2 different tables which comes under complex view. So from these 3, what are the 3 columns? Name, address and marks. These are the 3 columns that I want to retrieve from particular tables. What are those tables? Student details table and student mark table. And what is the condition here? Condition is nothing but student details dot name is equal to student marks dot name. That means in both the tables the name fields must be matched. Those matched fields must be retrieved. That is the reason here we got only 4 rows, right? The next one is creating view from multiple tables. This is also the same example. So here I have instead of retrieving 3 columns, here I used to represent or retrieve 4 columns from the basic 2 tables. What are the base tables here? Student details table and student marks table. These are the 2 base tables, just like existing tables or parent tables, right? So to retrieve some part of data, we are creating a view. To retrieve some part of data, we are creating a view. So by creating this view, no external memory has been used or no external memory will be allocated. That is the reason. So create or replace view. Till now we have represented only one word, keyword, that is what? Create view. By using this create view keyword only, we used to create a view. Here we can use the another thing. What is that one? Create or replace view. Create or replace view. Here we used to represent what? Marks view, which has already been created. The view has been already created. That one we used to update or we used to replace. That is the thing I used to represent in this one. Create or replace view, marks view. So this view already created, then we have to replace that one or else update. From the two different tables, base tables. What are those base tables? Student details table and student marks table. And I used to add the columns. What are the columns here? Name, address, marks and age. So name and address are from student details table. Name and address which are retrieved from student details table. Marks and age which are retrieved from student marks table. So here from the student details and student marks tables, where this is the condition. What is the condition? The condition means here we have to join, if we want to join two different tables, some common thing must be there. Some common thing or some common column must exist. So that is the thing here. So what is the common column here? That is what? Name. So whatever the names are equal, those data will be retrieved to print in a view. So here student details dot name is equal to student marks dot name. So this is what the condition. Based upon this condition, the rows will be retrieved. So have to insert a row into a view. Previously we have seen to insert a row into a table, right, by using insert command. Insert command means those comes under DML commands. So what are the DML commands? Insert, update, delete. These are some of the DML commands. So here we are creating a view. We are updating a view. We can insert a row into a view. We can delete a row from the view. Right. Here the same, but by considering this insert command, we used to insert a row, a particular row into a view. So what is the syntax? Insert into view name. Whatever the row that you are going to insert, so that view name you have to represent here. So insert into view name. What are the columns? In which column that you have? Column 1, column 2, column 3, and what are the values of this particular respective columns that will be represented here, right? So here view name is nothing but the name of the view. So here let us consider one insert command, insert into details view. So what is the details view here previously? Let's go for details view. So this is what the table existing for details view. What are the rows here? Only 4 rows. Name and address, that is nothing but Harsh Kolkata and Ashish Durgapur, Pratik Delhi and Dhanraj Bihar. These are the 4 rows which are existing in details view. Now I am going to insert one more row into this particular details view. Right, that means one more name and address, particular his respective address. That is what the thing. Now I am going to do that one. So insert into details view. What is the thing that I am going to add? Name and address. The column names must be specified here as I mentioned in the syntax, and the values also must be mentioned here. So what is the name that I am going to insert? Suresh. What is the address that I am going to insert? Gurgaon. Right. So previously we have in details view only 4 rows: Harsh, Ashish, Pratik and Dhanraj. So now I am going to insert one more row into a view. So here into this view, this row has been inserted, Suresh and Gurgaon. So to view this particular view which have been inserted, what is the command? Select star from details view. So if at all I used to insert a particular row into the particular view, then this automatically reflected into the main table. So this whatever the rows, this particular point that has already said in the previous slide, whatever the changes or modifications that can be done on a view, those will be reflected in your base table, in your main table. Whatever the changes or modifications that has been done in your parent table or base table, that will be reflected to the views. The next one is deleting a row from a view. So what will be the syntax? We are using delete keyword. So delete from view name where condition. So delete from view name. So from whatever the row or whatever the column you have to delete, that you have to mention by representing the view name, from which view you have to delete, based upon what condition that you are going to delete. So here let us consider this one with an example. Delete from details view. That means what we have created previously, right? So from that details view, we have to delete what name is equal to Suresh. We have to delete name is equal to, so that row will be completely deleted from the details view. Previously, what is there in the details view? See, this is the output of details view after inserting. So here what I have represented, I have to delete name with Suresh. That whole particular row will be, this particular row will be deleted by using delete command. So that will be the output here represented, right? So in this way we used to delete a row from a particular view. Next we can update the views. Already existing views has been done. So those views can be updated, but we have to follow some rules and regulations to update those views. So what are those rules? Let us see here. The select statements which is used to create a view should not include group by clause or order by clause. The select statement must not include group by or order by clauses. That means to update a view, the select statement must not contain these two clauses. Next, the select statement should not have distinct keyword. So what is here distinct? Distinct means what here? This is a particular keyword, nothing but a key constraint. Key constraint, we have already discussed the number of types of key constraints: unique, not null, right, distinct. So to update a view, the select statement must not contain distinct keyword. Next, let us come for the third point. The view should not have all not null values. The view must not contain all not null values. Next, the view should not be created by using nested queries or complex queries. So to update a view, the view must not be created by using complex queries. That means the view must be created by using only single table. Then only we can update that view. Otherwise, we can't update that view. Next, the last point is the view should be created from a single table. If the view is created using multiple tables, then we will not be allowed to update that view. The fourth point has been elaborated in the fifth point. Right? Next, what is the syntax for updating the view? So here we use update keyword, update view name, set column name is equal to the particular value based upon which condition. So this is the syntax. Let us consider one example. Update, this is what view name, which has already been created. That view 2 is already has been existing, which has already been created, right? So here we are going to set age is equal to 25, that we are updating. Age is equal to 25, where name is equal to Dhanraj, where name is equal to Dhanraj. In this way we used to update a view. Next, we can use to destroy a view, or we can use to alter a view by using these commands. So just like have to destroy, have to drop a table, in the same manner we used to drop a view. So what is the syntax for dropping a table? Drop table, table name. Drop table, table name. This is what the syntax, right? So in the same manner, to drop a view, to delete a view, what is the syntax? Drop view, view name. Drop view, view name. Instead of table, we used to keep view. So here we have already created marks view in the previous slides, as I told you. So that view, marks view, I have to delete that one. I have to drop that one. So that will be represented by using this command, drop view, marks view. That means this marks view will be vanished. So have to alter, right? So alter view, view name as select column name from table name. So this is the syntax to alter a particular view. Next, what are the advantages? Now let us discuss the advantages and disadvantages of views. Coming to the advantages, the first one is views do not require any extra storage. As I told you previously, so to create a table, we used to allocate a memory, right? Memory will be allocated. But for views, no extra memory will be allocated. That is why it is called as, views are called as virtual tables. Next, the second one, views can be provide extra security from unauthorized users and illegal access. So views can provide extra security from unauthorized users and illegal access. And the third one is it allows different users to view the same data in different ways at the same time. So as I told you, number of users may not require to view all the contents that are existing in the table. Only some of the users may want only 2 columns from the table. So for the 2 columns, we used to create a view. And some other users want to represent 3 columns from the table. So we can create a view from that by retrieving those 3 columns. So here we can create multiple views from the mindset of multiple set of users. So these are the advantages of views. So what are the disadvantages of views? So when a table is dropped, automatically the view becomes inactive. So why? Because we are creating a view from the table, from the existing table. So if at all we used to delete a table, then how a view can exist? No, right? So that is the drawback, major drawback. When a table is dropped, automatically the view becomes inactive. So without table, view will not work. We cannot use DML operations on the view if there is more than one table. That means here DML operations means nothing but updations. So we cannot update a view. That we have already discussed in the updations view concept, right? So we cannot update a view if at all the view has been created by using multiple tables. So here next, the last point is updation is possible for simple views but not for complex views. Simple views are nothing but the views are created by using single table. What are the complex views? Complex views are the views which are constructed by using multiple tables. So updations is possible for simple views but not for complex views. So till now we have discussed about the concept of views, and in the next concept we used to discuss about relational algebra and calculus. Thank you.